Hi everyone, welcome back to Doodle It. Firstly, I want to say a very big thank you for sending me the photos of your fabulous creations. I've loved seeing all the awesome things that you've made. So thank you very much for sharing those. So I thought, as the 25th of January is celebrated as Burns Night, we would make a Scottish inspired picture today. So let me just share my screen with this over here. Let's just set this up, share, and go over here, right? Okay. Clearly my technical skills haven't improved at all. There we go. So today I'm going to talk you through a little project that I put together because I wanted to try and make a Scottish picture. There's lots of things you could try and do. You could make a picture of the Loch Ness Monster, or draw a person of a Scottish person, like someone in a kilt or something. But I decided to make something with a thistle, because it's the national flower of Scotland, and tartan. So Burns Night is actually, it's a celebration of a Scottish poet called Robert Burns. He lived a long, long time ago, 1700s. And the actual Burns Night is actually celebrated on his birthday. He was born on the 25th of January in 1759. It's a long, long time ago. So as I said, what I thought of doing as one part of the picture is a thistle. When I was doing my research, I came across this beautiful painting of this thistle with these two bees. So I had to share that because I just thought it was just so beautiful. I've also got a couple of photos here, so you can see what they look like. You can see they've got a green sort of bulb shape, very, very spiky. The stems are spiky, the leaves are spiky, and then coming out of the top of the green spiky ball shape is a pinky purpley fluffy flower. So this is how I'm going to draw the thistle, which, as I mentioned before, is the national flower of Scotland. Let's see, so this is how we're going to start. So you will need to get some white paper or card and some color pencils in those colors that I mentioned, the purples and the greens. You can even get some pinks and some orangey sort of colors to work in the flower, and some blacks maybe if you want to add some dark colors. It's up to you because this is your drawing. If you want to make your thistle totally different colors, you can. This is up to you. It's your picture. You can make the leaves all pink if you want to, and the flower green. You decide what you want to do, but that's what you need, is just some color pencils and some white paper or card. And how I started off is I just drew, let me find my mouse here, I just drew a circle sort of at the top center of the page, just a round circle. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle, it doesn't matter. And then coming through the circle, just so you can get a nice shape, a nice flow to your drawing, just draw a nice sort of, sorry, I've lost my mouse, there we go. Just draw a line going down here and down, and then some leaves coming off your stem like this, however you decide. They can be wherever you want. And then off the top of the circle, draw a sort of squashed circle, an oval shape, because that's going to be the thistle, the top part of your flower. But if you just draw these sort of general, very pale outline of these shapes, it'll make it easier for you to draw in that green shape at the bottom of the flower, the bulb sort of part, and then with your pink bits coming out the top of the flower. So just sort of sketch that onto your page, fill up your space nicely. Be conscious of drawing nice and big. You've got a nice big sheet of A4, so try not to squash it small in the corner of your page. Use all the space you have, because in all honesty, the bigger you draw, the actually easier it is, because you've got more space to work. Sometimes when you draw something small, it's harder to get your detail in. So just try and be brave, fill up all your space. So the next step I did was the green, the bulb, and I colored in the green stem. You can see the green. I've used 2 shades of green pencils here. I just started with the dark one first to do the stem and just the spines of the leaves along here. There we go. And then just around the bottom of the ball part, some green spiky bits coming off here, because if you noticed in the photos, there was lots of spiky bits everywhere. and then just start to draw leaves and spikes around the ball shape of your of the bulb. Okay. Then once you're happy with that, you can carry on doing the spiky bits around the plants. You can see I've added lots more around the leaves and the stem, all the spiky bits. I've drawn mine quite swirly, but you can make them straight, more spiky. It's up to you. It's what depends what your style is. You can change it however you want. And you can see I've started to add in some color here with these purple waves, the lines. Now, if you look closely, oops, there we go, we're going to another screen. The lines on the top of the flower part, they follow the shape of the squashed oval. So that's the reason for us drawing that squashed oval in there, is it makes it easy for you to keep your shape where you want it. You don't even have to do that if you don't want to. It's just, I thought it'd be easier if you had something to follow. I think the next slide, yes, is showing you a detail of that flower. So you can easily see how I've bent the lines to follow that squashed oval, which you can just about see underneath. Now the green bulb part, if you look, there's little triangles. They almost look like little spears. That just, if you try and add in some dark shadows behind some of them, then you can define the shapes of the leaves here. So it's not just the green lines. Add in some shading and it gives some nice definition to the shape, and add a lot of shadow around the edge, and then you'll see that the shape will look less flat and it'll start to look more like a ball. You'll give it some 3D shape if you concentrate shadows around the edge. Okay, so that's the center of the flower. That's all 4 steps, just to show you how it progressed from starting off just filling in colors with lines, and then just gently filling in some more spiky color bits as you get your finished flower at the bottom. So that is how the thistle steps go. Now the next one, the other part of inspiration for the Scottish drawing, is I thought it'd be nice to do some kind of tartan. Tartan is a very Scottish thing. So there's some few pictures. There are so many you can find if you have a look. You might even have some clothing that has some tartan on it. I just put these up here to show you. You can get them in pastel colors, nice bright primary colors, and then some have browns, and you can do whatever you like. I decided to make mine starting off with some blue. To do this part of the project, you also need some white cardigan, and I use some watercolor paints. If you have watercolor paints, you can also get a similar effect by coloring in the stripes with your pencil crayons. I just thought it'd be nice to show this one with some watercolors. Also, if you have some brushes, get some really thick brushes and some fine brushes, different brushes. If you don't, you can just do layers, doesn't matter. And obviously some water, so that you can use your watercolors. This is a tray of paint from my club when I run the sessions in the studio, and as you can see, it's quite well used, but it works really well. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is paint some lines going the whole way across your page in horizontal lines. So going left to right, right to left, keep gaps in between. Try and make them the same space in between. If you don't, you can see I've gone wobbly there. It really doesn't matter, but you just need to do some horizontal lines going backwards and forwards, leaving spaces. And then the next step, in the same color, you need to make some lines going the other way, going vertically, which is up to down, so, or down to up, whichever way you want to do it. And you can see where they cross over with the watercolor. The color seems to be, or it is, darker. So that's how you make a little check pattern. And then you carry on going. I decided to do some green. So there's my green painted lines, painted into my white spaces, going up and down the vertical lines. And then once I'd finished my vertical lines, I decided to do green horizontal lines. So going left to right. And you can see how they cross over and make different colors when they mix. So that was just blue and green, very simple, crossing over each other. And then to add in some detail, I've got very fine paintbrush, and I thought some red, some bright red going across the green lines would show some nice contrast, just make it a bit more interesting. So that's my very simple tartan, and that's the steps to put them all together like I did for the thistle flower. You can just see them all together there on one page. Very simply done. You can carry on going with different colors. You can make it as intricate and busy as you want, just to get the crisscross effect. That's the main look of the tartan, is the colors that cross over each other. Okay, and then what I decided to do was I cut my thistle flower out carefully, which is tricky because there's a lot of spiky bits in the flowers. So you have to move your paper, move your scissors, just do it carefully as you go along. I could have done more cutting in and out, but I was too excited because I wanted to do the next step, which was sticking the flower on top of the tartan. And I thought that made a really nice picture, a little Scottish picture of a thistle on top of a tartan. You could even, my one idea I thought of doing was cutting your tartan up and making a frame, like a border around your flower. If you don't want to cut it out, you can make a nice border with the tartan. It'll look really smart. So that is now how to draw your thistle onto a tartan background. I don't know if you can see, that's a bit blurry on there. The light's not very good, it's very pale coming up, I don't know why. Another technical thing. So that is your Robert Burns Scottish themed picture for today's Doodle It video session. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you like making a picture, and I will see you next week for another awesome picture. Okay, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.